Good evening. I'm Chanel, Vehicle Title Expert. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you in advance for subscribing. So I am doing this video on tonight for those of you that are in private party transactions, and you may be wondering, how can I obtain a temp tag, or how can I move my vehicle from point A to point B? Okay, so I get a lot of phone calls, a lot of emails from folks asking me, can I provide a temp tag, or how do you get a temp tag? Okay, due to the situation of not having plates because you are a private party. Okay, and unfortunately my answer is going to be no. So when it comes to temp tags only come from the DMV or the dealer board, depending on your jurisdiction. And the DMV or the dealer board, they give those temp tags to the dealers. Dealers in turn issue temp tags to their buying customers. Okay, in the event there are no hard plates in stock, or if the customer desires a particular plate, that plate is not in stock. Of course, it has to be made by the DMV, so the dealer will issue a temp tag until the desired plate comes available. Okay, that's the purpose of the temp tag. Okay, unfortunately for you private parties out there, there are little to no options available. Okay, so my recommendation, number one, is to check with your DMV, or your motor vehicle division to see if there are any options in your state. Some states do have what's called, just a few, some of them have what's called a trip permit, and that is only for a temporary amount of time, maybe a few days, maybe a few weeks, and that is only going to allow you to transport your vehicle from point A to point B, in enough time, hopefully, for you to get it titled and or registered at the DMV. Okay, a lot of states do not offer this, so check with your state to see if this is available to you. Another alternative, which I don't recommend due to the liability involved, is to, maybe ask the seller if you can use their plates to, get to the DMV enough so you can get the vehicle transferred into your name, get it titled and registered in your name. And then once you get it titled and registered in your name, you will turn the plates back over to the seller or mail the plates to the seller, so they in turn can notify their DMV that they sold that vehicle. Okay, I don't recommend this option, but if you really feel that this is the only thing available to you, hopefully the seller will agree. Hopefully there's trust involved, so you guys won't have any problems. Okay, the reason why I don't really agree with this option is because it could be a liability for the seller, especially when it comes to insurance matters. Okay, so this is a second option available if you really need to use it. And thirdly, okay, if the first two options are not available to you, I know a lot of you are not going to like this option, but unfortunately, this is the only option available. In this case, it would be to have the vehicle towed. Of course, you don't like it because tows are very expensive, but this is going to be the last option available, if you can't, use the first two options that I just shared. Okay, but let me just share this with you guys. I strongly recommend, before you sign on that dotted line, before you take ownership of that vehicle, before you get that title, reach out to your DMV. Very important. Do that. Do your research before you acquire that vehicle. Ask your DMV, about a possible, trip permit option, because if not, you could find your vehicle sitting. You could find, the process be very long before you can even get anything for the vehicle in question, So you don't want to put yourself in that situation. Do your research ahead of time versus trying to call around to the DMV or other places after you have already gotten the vehicle. Just take out those few minutes or a few hours, depending on your state, and see what is available to you before you get that vehicle. You don't want to find yourself in a situation of having a vehicle that you cannot utilize right away. Okay, If you have any questions pertaining to, moving your vehicle, transporting your vehicle, or, trip permit options that may be available due to your situation or circumstance, and you need more guidance, feel free to drop me a line below or visit me at wisdomandauthority.com. Thank you for tuning in. Please click, share, and subscribe. I hope to hear from you soon.